In this video, I am going to explain how independent media and free thinkers alike can be able to help change the world in one easy step, without necessarily going out into the world talking to everyone, although that too is also highly suggested as promoted on my website, NITA.1, but I am going to provide here a simple example that you can see on the screen, okay? Many individuals comment in videos talking about what has to be done or how sick they are about the world around them. They may even speak of why the events in the world are happening, or even ask what we could do, or they speak upon how we all must get together, but they do not have an actual blueprint for what we can actively and practically do now. That also brings all these ideas to the public and helps bring all the people together. And therefore, it only then makes sense to reply to these comments in helping to bring more clarity to their topic and attention to the bigger picture of truth to action. There are many individuals who produce amazing content and ultimately agree upon some simple premises in life, such as simply living our lives, seeking truth, seeking freedom, and getting rid of government demands, the world being chaotic and needing change, etc. The common truth to the own community of multiple content creators communities is what will help you pitch a solution for all people. NITA, as detailed in previous videos, is the blueprint to change the world universally, eternally, practically, naturally, innately, and generationally as a quote-unquote movement, simply to promote humanity and truth and promote unheard voices such as yourself or others. Any of these truthful arguments are truthful appeals to what is only necessary, unity between all people, and essentially what could easily be all independent media. So getting more to the point, you can add this call for unity with NITA onto a popular comment of your own from any video, article, or thread section, or you may reply to a pre-existing comment in hopes to help further connect dots and allow people to actually go somewhere, that being NITA.1, for example, to actually know what could be done for the world ourselves, and often with our own actions to do so. As you see on the screen, an example reply comment that may be similar to that of the comment chain topic. So while connecting it to the necessary change through unity of NITA. So what do you say about bringing people together and having direction for change? You may say, for example, quote, agreed, people need to come together as unity precedes change. Simply talking to one another and helping those who are in the dark see the truth can help the whole world change naturally, because we are changing ourselves and helping others do the same. So that way, we may all be the change as portrayed by the website NITA.1. So go check it out. So we can do this, end quote. Okay, so that's just one example. Or to keep it simpler, say for example, quote, independent media must unite with one another. The website in NITA.1 provides us with the blueprint for change. Okay, end quote. You may add further details, such as transitioning from where we are now to more freedom, or allowing voices like theirs to be heard, or working in alignment with natural law, or even using personal reference to what you are doing yourself with NITA.1, and how it's all about us, all of us, under one banner, concrete ideas being simply that which is aligned with truth. So, you may even add the fact that they can watch more videos as provided by myself in NITA.1 to learn more. So, let's say, if there is some major debate online, you may even say, here's another example, quote, it's simple. We need to appeal to anyone's level of consciousness to help individuals understand the universal truths of the world. Through use of understanding and reasoning, talking about, creating question, and representing a cause rooted in truth, people reap personal health benefits. They find their creativity and destiny. We have something to stand for through all of time that is agreed upon with common sense and critical thinking, and then by changing ourselves, we are changing the world. NITA.1 is the website of the blueprint to do this, also detailed heavily for those of greater interest to become greater guides and mentors to others, end quote. Okay, and you can even, mention that philosophers of the past have agreed upon essentially what this is doing. Therefore, this message may also be sent to those actively looking to be, greater guides or mentors to others. Okay, and that's something you can also say. And or if you, let's say they're looking for grassroots and a rooted change in the world, that would be another way to portray it as well. So it can even be about health, not just necessarily truth alone, because health is a great aspect of such. You may even say, here's another example, quote, to heal the world, we should get rid of the binding belief systems that don't serve our nature and limit us from our potential. The blueprint to simply heal the world through way of universal truth, law, and freedom is on the website NITA.1, end quote. Perhaps also you may add, I'm an integrative nutrition health coach, as somebody who created NITA.1, blah, blah, blah. And that's, if we're looking at the medical community here, it's important that perhaps they understand the greater truth. And it is a big hit upon the system that be to impact the medical community, for example. Now, if the video is perhaps about change itself or God as being the answer, you may relate to saying something alike. Here's another example. Quote, nature is the answer to the modern world of techno-tyranny and corruption away from truths in ourselves. NITA.1 is the website so that we may all represent such a simple, rooted, universal cause. We all need to get together if we want change. It was made for us all to understand the natural blueprint of life itself, end quote. Okay, so that's another example. Now, to further reinforce your statement, you may even state, quote, many in the independent media and truth seekers have now represented NITA because it represents them, and more importantly, the underlying ideas that are coming into fruition for NITA Focus. People are getting NITA flags for free from the website, and they are allowing those in the dark to expand their mind by having it simply stand for itself, standing for the presence of individuals on a truth journey and seeking to unify everyone, end quote. If you have to add in words like, quote, a movement called NITA, end quote, or some of the works by myself, do as you wish to help convey the point that we need unity, because we do. And you can literally save the world by your efforts of doing this. And we could amass many creative individuals together, forming the frameworks to a more moral, free, loving, and truthful society. All these example comments will be in the description below as well, in case you want to take them and, whatever, paste them in other videos and modify them as you wish. That way, so we can just get the idea of NITA more out there into the content creators who perhaps could be the most effective in bringing about this change because of their influence, okay? So let's say, if you are somebody who makes public appearances, put it there. And perhaps, put the website, for example, and perhaps speak about an individual to create a chain reaction effect of one individual connecting and contacting another. It's about really spreading this word one-on-one, but also to different individuals. And the independent media community is one that is more like-minded upon premises. So that's what I'm trying to have people recognize is if you see that premises, why don't we all unite around that premises? So, if you are a content creator, you can put the website link or similar info on how we change the world in the comment section or descriptions or titles or thumbnails. It is just this simple, and with more show of the flag itself as it's intended to do, that may make the greatest impact both in real life and online to spreading the message of promoting the natural how, as we are being the change in doing so from such action, and based on the promoted question and conversation, why? Okay, so why is a really important question. Independent media often addresses why, but they're not often addressing the how. So that's what I'm here to do, is say this is the how, this is the direction we can all go. And it's important to really understand that we should probably unify all people around this, okay? So I'm not interested in an audience, I'm interested in an impact, one of all of us, and the greatest, in the greater ideas that help us all unify simply. By posting comments and reaching out, we could effectively make it a campaign to unite all of independent media and free thinkers, so that we act in accordance, so that we have a solid and grounded foundation for and with one another, so that all peoples within can strategize about the future world and come up, with plans and protect one another with truthful principles, protecting those principles themselves so that there exists a one counter agenda for a clear as day direction for humanity. Because as I see it right now, despite there being many independent media outlets out there that could very well agree with one another, you have so many different routes and directions to go. It's amazing to see, but at the same time, it could be very confusing if they're saying different things or they're leading different ways and they run into many different other ideas. It could be confusing for individuals new to the scene or individuals who are just exploring one idea. If we can bring everybody together, the conversation always expands and the conversation provides more light upon what is the truth and what isn't, you see. So then we have here, independent media should want NITA because it encourages those in independent media to expand their audience to those in the dark and those in real life, those who essentially best need it. Individuals are even more encouraged to get out there and promote ideas, of which also include all the many different media outlets, so all the freethinkers may all unify as necessary in the case of censorship and deplatforming. Let's do this. Create some noise, be part of the impact. You will be recognized. Please visit NITA.one yourself if you haven't already for more info. You can also visit NITA.one/advanced and NITA.one/perspective. Thank you.